my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel, I do planner and planner-related videos, DIY tutorials, budget videos, and the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll always be notified of when I do load a new video. Also, commenting, liking, and sharing this video does help my channel grow and is truly appreciated. So we're going to be working on 3 layout ideas for your Happynichi, Happy Bujo, Skinny Classic Happy Planner. So this is the one that I use. And at the end of the video, I'll give you some ideas I've been thinking about regarding the skinny. But today, instead of doing some DIY layouts, and I'll have a playlist of these that I've already done linked in the comments section or in the description section below. We're actually going to be using some pre-made layouts, or what I think can function as some pre-made layouts, and then also do some decorating just so that you can see that it really truly can be an alternative to either a Skinny Classic if you have not been able to get your hands on, or a way to use it for the next few months until your Skinny Classic starts, because they don't start until January, and then that way you don't have to use up any of your planner and redate things or anything like that. So this is just a little notebook that I've put together. Really, it's just rings, some covers I made, and then this is warehousing some paper that I've cut from Big Happy Planner paper. But more importantly, I did get these packs from Amazon. So it's this pack here, and then it's this pack here, which looks like this on either side. And then it's this pack here. It actually came as a 4-pack. The other one I don't keep in here is the budget expense tracker, and that's because I won't ever use that as a sort of half sheet planner section. So I'm going to take one of each of these sections. And if you're interested, again, I'll have the link below to the Amazon, although if you can get it at a local store, you might be able to use a coupon and get it cheaper. I believe the 4-pack set was like 20 bucks on Amazon. So for me, that's a really good price because I can't source these at all here in Hawaii. And I thought for the 4 different sets, that was really worthwhile to me. And then we'll use this one here. Okay, so let's get started. Now the first one, actually the first 2 are going to be the easiest because it already has a layout for the week. And so if you were to either pick up this half sheet pack, or if you already had it or something similar in your stash, this is exactly the size of the Skinny Classic. And so every week you'd be working on the 2 pages. This here would be obviously your weekly calendar, and then this can be whatever it is that you wanted to. Now, if you're coming out of a mini, then this may not seem that difficult to decorate. But if you are coming out of a classic or a big, then not only will the decoration seem a bit difficult, but it might also seem a bit difficult to just scale down. So I think the size might be the hardest thing to get used to right in the beginning. Now I'm gonna see about layering some things. Yeah, and it looks like it'll fit, because even though it is a daily schedule, I don't necessarily want to see that, so I'm going to cover that up. And I do use my Happynichi, really it's a Happy Bullet journal for me, on a daily and weekly basis. I don't have any other planner, and I picked up these specifically in the event that it just got too busy for me. Then I could have some backup layouts that's available that's just really easy to put together. And so because this side is mapped out, we're going to leave that blank for right now. But what we'll do is this side will make it a little bit more functional. And I think this mini socialite sticker book works really well color-wise with this one. And even though it is sized for the mini, it looks like we're going to be able to use this no problem. What will be problematic are these long boxes, because I think it might be just a smidge too long for the umbrellas, but the rest of it should not be a problem. So I want to stick more to the primary colors. So we'll cover up some of these pink boxes. Not a huge fan of it. And obviously, if you had this and you were on the go, you could just put this in your planner, make this a running to-do list, do a little bit of light decorating on this side, and you'd be good to go. But if you do like to add some additional things, or you just need some more breakdown boxes versus having one big long list thing, then this might be a good idea on how to do that. And I kind of like these little ones. And then depending on how your week was going, then you could go really heavily into the decorations, or you could decide, you know what, I just need tons and tons of room this week. You could also stack some trackers if there are some things you wanted to do on a weekly basis. And that could be sleep, that could be water, that could be vitamins, so that you'd have not only a running calendar, but also a sort of a little wellness tracker here. And because it's got the lines, it can be really great to journal here. It can also be, again, great for list making. We'll do a little bit of decorating on this side. And again, I really just wanted to show you guys, especially if you are new to this size, because I've been in this for a good few months. Since June is when I went full-time to working in this size of a planner. But if it's just come on your radar, then you might be thinking, well, maybe it's a little better than a mini, maybe it'll give me more room, maybe it'll give me more functionality, maybe it'll be more portable for me. Again, this is just to give you some ideas of what you can use it for, and because the new one does not start until January, if you already have some of these half sheets, or if you can get your hands on them, it'd be a great way to be able to just at least get used to the size of this, because that can be probably the biggest problem. For my catch-all carry with me, I used a mini, so this actually wasn't that difficult to come out of. But if you are working in something bigger, that can be problematic. Now, I didn't go too ham on this because, again, depending on what you're using it for, you may need to go fully decorated, or you may need to have a lot of functional spaces. But I really just wanted you to see this as a potential weekly planner system that you can use to get you to January when your Skinny Classic actually begins. So that's layout number one. Layout number two is this one, and again, because it's all mapped out for you, then it just makes it really easy to make adjustments to, because, let's do seasonal. If you are on the go and pressed for time, you may not be able to do an elaborate spread, or you may not want to do an elaborate spread. You may just want this to be super functional, take it on the go, and just not have to deal with any additional things. And so taking a pre-made layout, even though maybe not specifically made to be a weekly planner, because if you notice nothing's dated, I think it's a great way to use materials that might be readily accessible, because I know that Hobby Lobby is going to have those skinny classics. I've seen on Instagram that some of them have them already, even though they're not supposed to come out until like mid-October. But maybe you're like me and you don't have it near you, or maybe you do have it near you, but your store never has the things, or by the time you get to the store, it's all sold out. So if you are interested in the size, you wanted to test it out before committing to go to the Mambi site and paying the $27.99, this is a way that you can see, is the size going to be functional for me? Because I think, if anything, that's going to be the biggest stumbling block for most people. Because it is, I think, a little narrower than a mini, but obviously it's taller, so you get a little bit more space, and yet you don't. So yeah. This is the mini seasonal. I think I might have mentioned that. We're just going to put some boxes down. And just to show you, I'll show you what I meant about the long box. Now, we might be able to squeeze it in. No. So if I want to have it here at the very edge of the paper, it's going to cover my umbrella. I don't know if you can see that. So what I'm going to do is tear it. Not what I wanted to do. So I'm going to gently lift this off. And we're just going to cut it. Actually, you know what? No. We're going to put it down so that we know that it covers this side. And I don't know if you have a YouTube channel or if you film while you're doing plan with me's or layout ideas like this, but I can tell you it's difficult because you're working so that people can see what you're doing and not necessarily so that you can see what you're doing. All right, and then we'll just cut this off. And that way you know you can use your classic long boxes in your spread, especially if you have some of these mini sticker books, and then the rest of it, like I said, is sized a little better. Although, if you've been here a minute, you know any sticker that sticks can work in any size planner. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. So let's make that into less of a mistake and more of a feature with this. I'll love this. And for the decorating aspect, I don't know if I should go like full ham. I'm not going to use this, but I do want you guys to see that you can decorate and use your stuff. I heart summer with a bunny. That doesn't make much sense. I guess bunnies are year-round. Now, the downside of this, again, if you are coming from something bigger, is that you might not have a lot of space and you might need a lot of space. The other thing I could suggest to you, if that's the case, is if you have this and you have not decorated yet, then just mirror the lines and draw here all the way across, and then now you have a 2-page 1-week spread where Monday takes the entire section, and so that does give you a lot more space than just this right here. This for me would be fine, especially if I can do some other tracking on the side here, but if you find that either you write big or whatnot, then that might be a way to get around that. And let's just add one more sticker, just to make it interesting. And then that's this layout here. So for these two, where they have the week already listed, it makes it super easy. But let's say that you have this one where there is no week listed. It really is more just a checklist or a to-do list. Well, what you can do with this is on this side, you can make your weekly. And I've tested this and it actually works really well and it's really quick. So I think rulers are standard. I don't actually know how wide that is. So this is like 1 1/8 wide. Like I said, I think they're all standard. If they're not, then this may not work for you. But I have found that if you line up your ruler to the top there, you can actually get 7 equal boxes going down. And then that saves you from having to measure the page, because really you're just going the width of the ruler, which we know is the 1 1/8 or something like that. Now this style here is why the Happynichi is called that. So Magical Plans here on YouTube has, I believe she has a Happynichi Weeks, which is a Japanese style planner, which is smaller than this half sheet. But she was the first one that I'm aware of who actually took her half sheet notebook and turned it into this Happynichi. And so Happynichi is really just a play on Happynichi Weeks. And I don't even think she calls it that. I think she calls it her Happynichi. But like I said, I believe she's the very first one who came up with using this as that. It's not the same size, but it does give you that functionality. And when your week is on the side like this, then this really mirrors a Happynichi Weeks Happynichi planner. Now this is a colorful spread. This one, because it has all of these things, I would actually leave, because you can use this in tandem with your week. So we haven't used this one yet, so let's use this one. This one I would do very light decorating, if anything at all. And then this one, again, because I am a list maker, this works perfectly well for me, because I usually just have running to-dos or just running projects of things I need to finish. So I don't need a lot of space. And because I separate my social media and business planner section from my regular planner section, that does actually give me twice the functional space to get things done in. And so that could be my to-do list from Monday through Friday. And these boxes here are a little bit wide, but I think they might have some of those smaller ones like the other. Let's do some decorations for the weekend. Again, I think the width should be fine so long as you're working between the umbrellas. Although, if you're like me, you just have horrible placement skills. So let's see if we can not rip any of our stuff. All right, let's try this again. Yep, see? Perfect, and no cutting required. Actually should have picked a better color, but I think you get the idea. And like I said, what I'm looking for are those little tiny boxes that the other ones have. Smaller than that even. Huh, does this not have? Oh, yeah, see? Like this. So maybe in this fictional week, we have a lunch date on Tuesday. So we can layer that there. And maybe I don't want to get this focus. Maybe I want to, well, urgent doesn't seem much better. You can do it. Let's be super encouraging with ourselves. So yes, we can do it. And it should be able to cover the words, no problem. So it seems just a little bit more encouraging, although I am covering my umbrella. And let's get some decoration on this side. I forgot how pretty this sticker book is. These are lovely. So let's just take this here and we'll do some, oh no, I want to get both colors, so we'll cut it this way. And we'll just do tops and bottoms, just to give us a little bit of a decorative edge. Colors still work. And then we'll add a little bit of flowers on here. So that was with the rose gold foil, and this is without. Let's just do 2 of these small ones, just to bring some elements on this side. And maybe up here. Do we have another color that's a standalone? Yes, we have this little rose gold one here. And we'll just put this on the bottom here. And then you can write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Again, it doesn't have to be super fancy. It can be as elaborate as you want to, or it can be as simple as you want to. I mean, that's the whole thing with just the Happy Planner in general. If you are just slammed that week, then just go light and just add what you need, or you can always add in later. If you are got some time, or this is a creative outlet for you, then go to town. So let me get my planner and I will be right back. All right, so this isn't my planner. This is actually where I keep the layout ideas for the half sheets, or at least some of them, the ones that I just want to test out layout ideas. And so I did a quick flip through of this in the last video. And again, I like doing layout videos because I like to see how far I can push myself, but also I like to just see how creative the layouts can be. And I think some of these are super creative. But these, again, definitely can work in a pinch. Now, because, you know, we're going to be working the week here, this here, if you are just starting, you can just turn this into a monthly page, just cover some of the things up. You can cover this with a coloring sheet. You can cover this with some blank paper like that if you have, or like this. This is just some watercolor paper I had, just to cover that up if, you know, that really bothered you. But again, depending on which one of these pads you have, you can certainly use this as a weekly layout. And then this here, even though it doesn't match, I'm pretty sure you can find some colors to tie it together if you just wanted to change it up. And this, again, this actually works together because of the teal going on there. But let's say you are coming from a big or a classic, and you love the portability of this because you can throw it in your purse or your gym bag or whatever, but it doesn't give you a lot of room. What I'd recommend is maybe not so much with this one because the day of the week is right in the middle, but maybe if you have this one here, or just a blank piece of paper, and I'll actually get a few. or something like this, you could add in a little Dutch door action, and you can do it one of two ways. You can just put it in full sheet size and then fold it in half. And that way, if you need more journaling space, if you need some place to put your grocery list or your meal planning, then you could use something like this. It does get seen on both sides, so you could do, meal here for the first part of the week, and then your meal planning on the back. You could do your faith journaling. It does give you a little bit of extra room if this isn't enough. Or the other way that you can do it is you can take something like this and just cut. Because the only thing that tells you that this is for the days of the week is just that little piece right there. But if you just wanted to have something that you can tip in the middle of a spread, like let's say this one, let's say this is super cute, but you just basically took all your functional space here, well then you just add one of these pieces of paper, and because you've cut it down, you're not tied to any specific day, but also you can see the other side, and that gives you plenty of space to do more decorating or to do more journaling or to make more lists or plans or whatever. Because now this doesn't mean necessarily that it has to be Monday. It could be Monday and Monday night and Tuesday night, and then all of Wednesday and Thursday, Friday, and the weekend, or however you wanted to do this. But I did just want to show you that if you have some of these products already, you can make it work for you, especially if you're either on the fence about getting the new Skinny, or if you have it but you know it doesn't start until January, and so you want to be able to play around and test, but you don't necessarily want to either redate some of the sections in there, or you don't want to have to buy anything new if you already have some of these things. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope this was useful to someone. Let me know in the comments below if you have any of these half sheet packs and what you use them for. Thank you so much for following me on this journey, and as always, aloha.